Okay, it's game on in the tournament trophy Ireland vs Germany international match in Barcelona, Spain, 2018. This is the over 60s men's division and the teams have taken the field, and as you see they're shaking their hands. There's a Henry Brown to hit the ball back to Germany in the first instance in a show of sportsmanship. Germany come out through their left back, tries to hit long but didn't get anything onto it. Okay, here's Mick Ryan, tries to take on the defender, went left and tried to slip round to the right, but that didn't work. Again, Germany has tried to pass the ball but failed to get anything onto it. Slipped the ball back there, which is not bad going. Mick Ryan again manages to get a free hit at the side and is allowed to walk in, has a look up, tries to drill it through, but a nice easy flat stick trap there for Germany, and he clears out way out to the right wing from the left fullback position. Well, they're over the top now and there's a German free in the top of the D. Nice early chance for Germany. He's tried to slip through there but hasn't managed to make his way through. Here's 122 miles on the case and he slipped it back through to Mick Ryan here. Mick Ryan seems to be everywhere at the moment. He's like a rash. You can't get rid of him sometimes, whether you want to or not. Oops, there's a nice little bit of skill. Declan just slipping it through up onto the wing, and that's a nice cross ball but couldn't make anything of it. And that's turnover ball for Germany. There's Henry Brown on the left of screen, just running back towards the top of the D. And 87, there's Declan Golding. Okay, Germany coming out down the left side again. Ireland on a three-quarter press. They're not at all interested in contesting that ball. They said you can have it back there because it's doing us no harm whatsoever. Germany switching out to the right hand side. Ireland try and channel them over there. They managed to get it away as far as the halfway line, and now they're hitting long, but it's not going anywhere, just as far as 122 miles, but there's an infringement and back the ball goes. Must have taken a foot on the way through. So it's play on again. Germany with the ball now, right down into the corner. Pretty good going there. Looks like it took a foot. Did it take a foot? No. Umpire said play on. There's a ball out over the sideline. And it's here we are again. Nice little contest going on there. We've got green hornet on the case there and the bandana. And here's the Masked Avenger and the other superhero on the case. We've got a couple of them in this squad. Germany now, again, fullback's not being contested, so Ireland just happy to sit back. Declan in the contest there. Ball all the way through to Jolyon at the back there, 122 miles. His number 122. Ireland with a little bit of possession. The Masked Avenger missed that one. Yeah, good turn, made a little bit of space. Ireland just happy to retain possession. That one's hit into contest and it looks like it's going to go out over the sideline for a Germany ball. Okay. Yep, and Germany retain possession again. But they're not really making any inroads just yet. They seem to be only making any inroads into the Irish half when they hit long. So they've slipped it to the centre back now, and he's coming back out to the left side. Manages to get something on that. Yep, and that's a little bit better play. But again, he's surrounded. He's got three players there with him. He's forced back down near the just across the German 23. Henry Brown there working hard across the line to try and cut out the pass down to the right wing. And the German player slipped the ball through, but unfortunately there was nobody close by. There's Germany, picked the Ireland pocket. but it's only gone as far as the Irish defender there, Jolyon. Okay, early ball from Germany. No, the umpire said take it back. A little bit too quick off the mark. He's having a look around. Looks like he's going to hit, but no, he's taken the self-pass. That's a hooter in the background there for a different game. Germany slipped it across here. Oh, late player arriving on the top of the D, but the little deflection just slipped it past his stick. Here's Mick Ryan, the rash. That's it. Self-pass, ball still in. Slipped it through again. Oh, I told you it was all over them like a rash, and there you go. He's, the umpire said that's Mick Ryan's ball. German player said it was a bit of a push. Umpire doesn't agree. Mick's gone back this time. Yeah, here he comes. Seems to have plenty of time and space. He's one of the fitter players for sure. Just a bit of misunderstanding there between him and the Master Avenger. Ball manages to find its way through to the centre forward for Germany. He's gone wide, but all he's done is pass it out to the Ireland player who wasn't expecting it, and it's deflected off the stick there and out over the far sideline. Okay, ball coming back now just by the 23. And I expect he's going to go back and around. Germany in no particular hurry here. Oh, flicked it over the top. Okay, that'll be a Germany ball. No, it's flicked up into the face of the Ireland player, and it's actually hit him in the face by the look of that. That's not very good. A little bit strange because the Ireland player was within the 5. But anyway, I suppose he didn't control it, so it flicked over his head. There's Harold de Jong there just missing the pass onto Henry Brown. Here's the Green Hornet with his bandana. Nice little bit of interplay there, 1-2, 1-2. Ireland having a bit of possession down that left-hand sideline. So they seem to be attacking that side, which is the German four-stick. Maybe they feel they're a little bit stronger there, but we shall see how that develops. Germany happy to go across the back again. Ireland happy to drop back to almost a half-court press. And again, Germany come down this right side, so they seem to be playing here, and Ireland are also playing on their left side, the German right side. A little bit of anti-skill happening here. It's one or two players slightly missing the ball here and there, but anyway, it's fallen through now to the Master Avenger, and he slipped it through. Looks like Harold de Jong on the ball, the Irish Dutchman. Oh, there's a good bit of protection there from Declan, and here we see on the ball for the first time, my captain, Brendan Rice, captain of the TT side there, just to pull away because the whistle's gone. And the ball's taken back yet again for a Germany free hit. Again, Germany go wide, but Ireland just happy to stand back, and I don't know why Germany would be hitting from so far back. No, it's going over the top this time. So a little bit of a surprising tactic. When you're putting the ball into contest, it's always going to go the way of the defender if they're within 5 metres anyway. But that seems to be what they're trying to do from quite a distance back. Here's another turnover now. Harold de Jong chasing back for Ireland, putting the German player under pressure. Nice little bit of skill there from the German player, just pulled the ball back to his left and slipped it inside. Unfortunately, the pass on the end of it wasn't anywhere near as good as the skill that preceded it. And Peter Chadwick now with a sideline hit. He's just waiting for the German defender to get in position, which is very nice of him, but it's really not necessary. Probably a little bit quicker ball might have been nicer, but there you have it. Here's Brendan Rice. pressuring the German defender, but it's not going anywhere across the other side to 122 miles, who slips it back through the midfield. Ireland working the ball up nicely here. Looks like Billy Dowie there, making his appearance. My captain, on the case. Declan tries to get on top of it, manages to regather, protects the ball, slips it back. Looked like a German foot there, couldn't quite see, it was behind a player. That German player again, he's topped the ball, slipping it to the left. Another mistrap there from the German player. He's all over the place, and I think he's been tripped up there by Henry Brown. A stick between the legs is always going to do that, I'm afraid. But it's good that Henry was putting pressure on the player. Just a little bit unfortunate that he managed to trip him over. And Germany happy to just walk the ball up again. Just taking their time, pacing themselves. Ireland have actually pushed up a little bit higher this time. And they've got Germany with a three-quarter court press for this particular one. Yeah. And now they come again to the left side. Now the player slipped over. He's wearing knee pads on both knees there, the German player, so he doesn't look in particularly good physical shape. Some of these guys are in excellent shape, others not quite so. The Master Benja there has his pocket picked. He was probably just a little bit slow getting to him. But no, the umpire said it was his ball. So back she goes. 122 miles on the case, Jolyon, and here's Peter Chadwick again. 25, 122 miles now, having a look. He's in a good position, haven't seen him this far forward. Slipped the ball through, but unfortunately, a nice little channel, but nobody in it. A weighted pass. Declan was over on the left, and there's just nobody really close to that. Looks like Mick Ryan, the rash there, appearing from right of screen and just running across into the centre. Germany again walk the ball up out of defence. They play from side to side. He's not coming out to the left this time. The left side hasn't been very strong. Here's the rash. He's as quick as anything. He misread what was happening there with Henry Brown. Henry ran through, but Mick put the ball in behind him, thinking he was going to hold up. And this time Germany walked the ball out. And let's play on. The Master Benja has a hold of it now. He put the ball through to Henry Brown, and it looks like he was obstructed there with the two players when he didn't quite trap the ball. But no, the umpire didn't see anything, neither umpire, so it's play on. Back to Ireland. They've certainly got numbers around this one. Again, the Master Benja slipping the ball through. Here's Henry Brown again. He's under pressure as he receives, but the Master Benja is there, pops the ball through, it bounces up. Oh! No, and it bounces away there off the German stick. Looks like Declan was almost there, but not quite. Going to pull this one back to the 23, so that's a long corner. Yeah, that's a long corner, all right. Master Benja's on the case, out to the rash. And back to 122 miles, who's well advanced up the field this time, slips it through, bouncing ball. Play drops to the Ireland player. The Master Benja's there, having a look. He's still dragged it back in and gets the shot away, does he? Yes, he does indeed. Bouncing ball again, comes back to Declan and lifts it up over the keeper. Yes. Here we go. Let's have a look at this again. Bouncing ball through. Very hard for the German player there as it bounced. Probably should have cleared it there, but actually he's played it back in to the Master Benja, who's just on him. He's all over. He's actually pulled the ball out there, made himself a nice little bit of space, popped it back through. The keeper's got something onto it, but it's straight back onto the stick of Declan. He hasn't hit it first time. He's waited for the keeper and just lifted it over him and into the corner. So that's first goal of the match. Goal to Ireland. So that's Ireland 1 and Germany 0. Didn't really look like there was too much happening in the D up until that point. The ball seemed to be getting up there, but it was just running out to nothing. That time, Ireland injected Jolyon Miles from the back up onto the 23, and he had time and space to connect with the ball and put it into a danger area. A mistrap from the German player created the opportunity that let the first goal through. And so there we have it, Ireland 1 and Germany 0. Here we are again, Mick Ryan the rash, out she pops, up to Declan, Henry Brown up on the wing ahead of him, Mick Ryan back there on his left, the Master Avenger here has a look up, passes it through to Henry Brown. He's got some pace about him. Old Henry, the goalkeeper's out, way outside his D there, watching the ball across the back line. Henry was never going to make that one, unfortunately. Germany seems to have picked up their pace a little bit here. They were going really slow early on, bringing the ball out of defence, but this time they've brought it up pretty quick. And they're happy to walk up to the 23 before laying it back. Yet again, Ireland just happy to apply that three-man press as a three-quarter court press and just slide and let Germany go from side to side. And now they come out to the left, different player this time. As you see, this guy's lost the knee pads. Good ball through, little bobbly ball through, just picked it space. Germany tried to pop the ball through on a first time deflection, but he didn't make it past Ireland, and so back she comes. Jolly and Miles, a nice little push out there to Mick Ryan the rash. He does his usual trademark hop, and there's another little skip. So he's already gotten past two of them. Oh, he tried to pop the ball inside there, but after beating two, it was going to be a big ask to get through that third one, who just picked him on the inside. That looks like Declan. Oh, no, couldn't do it. Germany now in possession, but now it's through the captain, straight back to Mick Ryan. Draws a couple of players, pops the ball back. The Green Lantern on the case. He's hit long into the corner, came off a German stick, did it? No, doesn't look like it. Germany retrieving the ball there for a sideline hit. And up she comes, onto the 23, slide it across to the left, and the knee pads have arrived here on the left half position. That's the fourth German player in the full-back position. It's only as far as Mick Ryan. Looked like he gave himself away there, a bit of a foot perhaps, but umpire didn't blow, and it's only an offence these days if it causes a penalty or an advantage to the other side. Ooh, a little bit dangerous there from the Green Lantern, but no, he manages to get the ball away through his counterpart. Henry Brown here. He's in. Bubble bounce, yeah. It's umpire's blown against him, and that's the end of the first quarter. Ireland 1 and Germany 0. And as the second quarter gets underway, Ireland throw the ball back to Germany, to their centre-back, and he goes immediately out to the right. So nothing new here. Germany 1-2 across the back, and coming now back to the left side. The back four playing it amongst themselves, out to the knee pads there. Managed to get something on it this time, so a very nice ball down to the wing in that particular occasion. I tried to slip it through the Ireland defender, but didn't make it. Ireland stood his ground and managed to get that ball away quite nicely. Germany now walk their way back into position, and Ireland ball at the side. Back to 122 miles, all the way back on the back line, and from there away to the other full-back. Probably not the best option coming out of defence there, that last hit, a little bit too long to be accurate enough, and it was a turnover to Germany. They've now made headway back onto the edge of the D. So Germany haven't had a whole lot of action in and around the Ireland D so far. So let's just see what they can make of this. Just outside the dots, there's a runner, came in from behind, managed to pop it back, and that's the free hit to Ireland. Actually not a bad idea for a player coming in from behind and then running past, as he wouldn't have been marked. But now Ireland have a bit of space here through the green lantern, held it up and comes out to Mick the Rash Ryan. There he is, 43 on the ball, gets closed down, so he nicely brings the ball back to Billy Dowie. Safety first for Billy. Here's Mick Ryan all the way back again. He does a power of work, old Mick. Nicely done there to the green lantern as he's pulled that ball back around and slipped it through. Okay, it's Germany trying to force the ball through there, but it wasn't happening. Okay, that's the green lantern again, Charlie Taylor. Up to Declan and back to Mick Ryan. Pops it all the way through, tried to sort of make it well, tried to flick it onto the winger advancing into that corner. But he was well covered. And there goes the green lantern going off for the Masked Avenger. Fergus Stapleton there, 26 in the glasses. Mick Ryan at the side. Here he comes. A little bit of lift on the ball, but unfortunately straight to the German player. Back to Captain My Captain. And then all the way back, and here's the Masked Avenger again on the turn. Back to Mick Ryan again, slips it through his player. He's got a nice little touch, old Mick. Oh, green lantern on the ball, pulls it back, but he's just surrounded, but he's got a good little bit of speed on him, Fergus. As Brendan Rice sends the ball back to Mick Ryan there. Mick moves the defender, moves him back the other way. Slips it left. That's nice. Oh, Henry Brown over there tried to get a first-time touch on it. Probably could have taken a touch before he went for the slap. Maybe even found himself a hit if he just managed to control the ball. But that's history now as Germany comes out on the right sideline. And the pattern's developed here that Ireland just are happy with a three-quarter press or a half-court press. Germany, when they play it into the middle, they come into a little bit of traffic. Henry Brown going off there for a substitution, and Harold de Jong coming across to close down the German player and create a bit of a press. Oh, there's a nice bit of play there from Jolyon. 122 miles, there's Captain My Captain, Brendan Rice. Mick Ryan the Rash. The green lantern out there on the wing. Mick tried to slip it through into that space, but wasn't read, unfortunately. Well, Billy Dowie on the ball, has a look at the umpire, holds his hand up and said, "What, me, Your Honour? Not guilty," but it's a hit against. Oh, Germany coming down the inside channel. Oh, tried to slip it through there, but just nearly got the feet, but couldn't quite manage it. Okay, Charlie Taylor on the ball now, the green lantern. Coming through to who is that masked man? Fergus Stapleton. Back to Mick the Rash. Nice bit of skill there, Mick. There's a foot for sure it is. Did the umpire see it? Yes, he did. And back she comes, and Mick has sneakily made himself 5 or 6 metres of ground there. Nice one there from Charlie. Picked the ball up on the bounce, slips it back to the Masked Avenger. Goes back through that gap again, tries that inside channel, but yet again, nobody putting that lateral run onto that through ball. It's a very nice ball, and they're making some space there, but unfortunately their teammates in the front row just aren't reading it. Germany again go long down the wing, They managed to pick up the scraps on that one. But there's Mick Ryan all the way across on the other side now, and brings the ball out. Looks like Henry Brown up there. Back to Mick Ryan, who's switched sides now, probably to allow a substitution to take place, I suppose. Back to the Green Lantern, who takes the ball laterally and then lays it back to Mick Ryan, the rash. Has a look up, slips one through there, and it's back through. Oh, here we go. Let's have a look here. Mick Ryan pokes it through. There's a bit of a deflection there. Underneath Declan's foot and into the back of the goal there from Harold de Jong. Yep, and that's a goal. That's Ireland 2 and Germany 0. There you go. Congratulations all around. And Germany don't look particularly impressed by that. Not the most sparkling goal you'll ever see, but when they end up in the back of the net, they all count. A little bit scrappy yet again into traffic. Oh, and then now the sprinklers have come on. Oh no, that's the field behind, I beg your pardon. No, obviously watering the adjacent pitch for another game about to start. 4 fields here in Barcelona. Quite a facility with all of the polo club, with the horses, and on top of that the tennis courts and all manner of other sports. It's a massive complex, and they even have their own 5-star hotel on site, King Juan Carlos. Germany now advanced down the field. Looks like they're about to take a long corner. Ireland have had plenty of time to fall back. Even the forwards have worked their way all the way back down now to give a hand. Good lead there from Germany back towards the ball. He pokes one across the D. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Irish shirts in there and only one German player on the spot. So the chance of him receiving that ball and doing something with it were remote, to say the very least, even if the ball had been put into a proper position. Well, the umpire's telling everybody where he wants it, and that's where it's going, to Jolyon, 122 miles, and he goes over the top. Very nice lift there, all the way downfield. And Ireland managed to get somebody on the front of it. Oh, he got his cross away there, but Declan, he was reasonably quick, but not quite quick enough for that one. I don't think he was really quite expecting it. So end-to-end stuff here in the over-60s tournament trophy in Barcelona, Spain. And Ireland versus Germany. In the second quarter here, it's Ireland 2 and Germany 0 at this stage. And Germany playing the ball across the back yet again. That guy for Germany is a little bit slow and insecure, but he didn't take any chances that time. He just received and laid the ball back into the centre. You can see the German midfield there running in and out of shot, so they're obviously working quite hard trying to get away from the Ireland players who are much faster and fitter. And now this one's had his pocket picked by Henry Brown. Henry's got some good pace on him, has a look up, managed to get the shot away. There it is, still, the keeper's down. Henry's got it in under his feet, he's dropped his stick, he's regathered. No, oh, here we go. Henry's made himself a space, managed to get the shot away. Yeah, the keeper's on top of it. Here comes Henry yet again, gets his stick in, puts it under the keeper. The keeper's actually kicked the stick out of his hand, but the umpire's found an offence in there against Ireland. Henry's having a word and saying, don't judge me, as I'm a judge too. Yes, 16 out for Germany, and this is pretty standard stuff now for them. A bit once or twice and tried to hit long through, and the German player is never going to reach that. Peter Chadwick there cleaning up at the back, and here's Jolyon Miles now, and he flicks the ball. It's a little bit strange, that one, it's not like Jolyon, and the Germany player tried to bounce the ball back through him. This time he lays it on the ground. Yep, and it's been picked up by Ireland. Here we go. Master Avenger through to the Green Lantern. Down the wing there, yep, good play. Declan's on the ball here. And which way has the umpire blown that? Yep. Ireland's lost it there. And it's free hit to Germany. Back to goal. Ireland are pretty set now. They know exactly how the Germans are going to come out from defence. This time he's actually gone a little bit early and tried the long hit diagonally out to the wing instead of going all the way across the back and then trying to slide it down. So a good idea to change things, but it didn't quite work. Charlie on the ball in the green bandana. About a 35-metre run there. Pops the ball back. Fergus Stapleton. Yeah, Henry Brown. Fergus Stapleton. Yeah. And Germany's regathered. Ireland just happy to drop back and take that three-quarter court press when they don't make it all the way through. Long hit through by Germany. And only as far into traffic yet again. It's always going into contest. And Peter Chadwick now on the ball. Cross to the Master Avenger. Both sticks on the ground. A little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing sinister. The Green Lantern shows it, flicks it through on the left. Nice little touch through there. Oh, unfortunately that player got in the way and couldn't quite see what happened. Now Germany have cleared the ball out. Could have gone just about anywhere by the looks of it, but it didn't make its way through. Germany going for a longer hit this time. Looks like that's run out for the short corner. Fergus Stapleton there on right of screen, just organising the team, putting people into position. You can see they've got plenty back over there. Yep, but still they didn't mark that wide position. Maybe happy to let the Germans have it in that position and mark up as they try to get into the D. There's plenty of green shirts back there for sure, and not too many white shirts. Okay, here comes the ball again. Let's see what the Germany trying the tricks this time. This guy's got a nice little bit of skill, drag, but all he's done is drag it back into Henry Brown, which actually looked like a very nice take. Probably a little bit of stick check, which the umpire heard. But the ball was there to be played, and he played it. He's obviously had enough of running, and so he's decided just to lay the ball back. He's back on the ball now, this 77. A swing and a miss. And he slips it through this time, but it's not going anywhere. Only as far as Harold de Jong, the Dutch Irishman. And the Green Lantern up there all the way through to Henry Brown. Harold de Jong there, you can see he's struggling with that knee of his. But he's making headway. Mick the Rash slips it through and away he goes. Slips it through again. No, couldn't quite make that. Yeah, the further you go with those slip passes to yourself, you need a little bit of space in behind. So that's okay when perhaps you're out wide on the wing or you're going diagonally across field sometimes, especially diagonally into a corner, but straight down the line when you're getting in the opposition 23, you rarely have the time and space to beat more than one player with that kind of pass. But he's quite snaky, old Mick, and it's definitely worth a try, keep the opposition on their toes. Germany now in the Ireland 23. And they're backing off this guy, letting him work his way in. Ball's bouncing up there, it's come up off a stick, back to the Germany player, he's popped it back in. Swing there from the German player, swing and a miss. There we go. What's happened here? Big swing, popped up. Nothing happened. Oh, yeah, looks like somebody got collected just by the edge of a stick there. Yeah, it's Peter Chadwick. Got a little bit of a stick there on the forehead by the looks of things. And he's coming off as he just walked towards camera on the left of screen. Let's hope Peter's okay. And meanwhile, the umpire's found a short corner in here. As Peter looks as he comes across now in front of us. Yeah, the umpire's making sure that defence is set. Germany's down as they set their castle on the top of the D, so they're obviously setting up for a hand trap. Unless they try a switch, there it goes. Good hand trap. Takes a touch, pops it inside. No, let's have a look. Trap dead, nice. Player has to take a touch. Smacks it through. He tried to find that player on the right post for a little bit of a touch, but unfortunately the player tried to flick the ball on instead of just laying the stick and deflecting it through, which perhaps would have been the better option. There's Billy Dowie just throwing his helmet back behind the goal, a nice green helmet, so colour coordinated for the tournament. Jolyon Miles there takes the ball out. Fergus. Look, he was always going to have to pass that ball back, so we came under a little bit of pressure as Germany advanced. But,
no, it's not.
Whoops. Germany keen to get that ball back into play in the danger area. And that's the end of the second quarter and the end of the first half. Back with it, folks, as we rejoin the second half. Ireland 2, Germany 0. So let's see, here we go. Germany this time's thrown the ball back to Ireland. Again in a show of sportsmanship. Back to 122 miles. He walks the ball across to the right side, but he's put a little bit of a bounce on that, which is a shame because it made it hard for his player on the sideline to trap. Henry Brown, your lordship, just again mistrapped the bouncing ball. And the ball was driven into the Master Benger. So it seems to be ball under pressure, being hit around the place with a little bit of bobble and bounce in there at the present time. Anyway, spilled out over the back line for 16 out. So Jolyon's back on the case there, slips it this time, makes it a little bit easier. And here's the rash. Mick Ryan taking control. That's much better play, much more controlled. Germany backing off there, not really pressing the ball. And then it's found a foot on the way through. Here's Mick Ryan. Now he's passed it through, a nice diagonal ball down to the wing. Nice space there, but there's Harold de Jong with his bad leg, wasn't ever going to be able to get there. Germany go across field again, and Ireland drop back to almost a half-court press. Germany hit long down the inside channel, but straight back to Ireland. The Master Benger now. Billy Wakari-Maska. Back to the Irish Dutchman, the Master Benger on the case. And now Ireland are making good headway. There's the Green Hornet just up in front there, also known as the Green Lantern. I think probably for the sake of ease we might just call him the Hornet from now on. Mick Ryan, the Rash. So he's won themselves a free hit just outside the D. Seems to have gone back quite a ways. The umpire said yes, bring it in. It was nowhere near there. I'm not sure why he'd take it further back, but he did. The umpire's given it right on the edge. Nobody's pressing the ball. Mick's gone all the way back. It's put Jolyon under a little bit of pressure there. Oh no, beg your pardon. Sorry, that was David Woods. Beg your pardon. Oops, the Hornet got it under his feet. And Germany quite happy to go from side to side. Now they come down the right, a flick pass. Billy Dowie, 84, got a bit of a shove in the back, he seems to think. And the umpire says, yeah, Ireland ball. It comes. Davy Woods drives one across the field to Mick Ryan, who's dropped back with his trademark, played out to the side and then put it back inside the player. Nobody's pushing him. Now he goes over the top. Oh dear, there's a big shove in the back. Let's have a look at this bump. I think our man in the knee pads there for Germany really just didn't have the ability to stop in time and just clattered into the back of the Ireland forward. Gee, very unfortunate, that one. And Declan Goulding has been decked. He seems to be okay. A little bit of slight soreness there to the arm or the wrist, I'd say. And yeah, the umpire is about to call play on. Everyone's back in position. The rash has come all the way back down to Billy Wakarimaska. Yeah, the Master Benja slips one through. Here's your lordship on the ball. Oh, turned and tried to get the shot away. Blocked, but that's a short corner. So a nice one, Henry Brown. And the Hornet comes up to take this one. So we've got a couple of people around the D here. Your lordship on the left there, 122 miles at the top of the castle, and the Master Benja to his right. Umpire's not happy with something here, so he said get back behind the line and move when I tell you. Everyone seems to be sprung, highly tensed up like a spring here, and now the umpire is sending one of them back to the halfway line for the early break. He'd already pulled them up once, so he's obviously not too happy with somebody in there. So now Germany only has 4 back. This is a big chance for Ireland. In comes the ball. The Master Benja collects the ball, controls. Germany got a stick on that one. Slips out to the Hornet, but he couldn't get it away to Henry Brown there. And the German players flick the ball onto the Ireland foot. So that relieves the pressure for Germany. They're going to be able to come out at ease. Ireland again not contesting the ball. They said you can have it back there. And it's back to where we've been all day with Germany coming out of defence. Oh, Davy Williamson into the fray. The fastest forward goalkeeper in the land. Here he comes. Yeah. Well, he got a bit of the ball, but he also got a lot of the player there. Yeah, 77 for Germany, Meyer. He's actually a very good player. With a name like Meyer, I'm hardly surprised. Oh, didn't get anything on it. And the rash is back there from the forward line. Is all the way back to his own 23. Now a little bit of flick pass through. Found its way through to the Hornet. Germany's got a little bit on the ball, popped it back. And Germany coming away with it now. As Germany losing the ball under his own feet there. 77 again for Germany. Quite a handy player, although he seems to be running out of steam a little bit. And that's just dripping down the inside channel and turned over again. So back to Declan. Here's the Irish Dutchman on the case with the orange glove. Yeah, so some of the fellas at this age, they have put on a wee bit of weight, and so when you get two bodies coming together, you often do have a bit of a clash, and it sometimes results in one or other of the players going down. Not through anything deliberate, but just because of the nature of the age. Okay, here's Germany now. They've got a couple of players on the right if they can find each other, but no. Billy will carry Maska Dowie, just putting a little bit of pressure on there. Here's the Hornet now, drives the ball through, straight into the German player's legs. He's a pretty big unit, that 36 for Germany. Oh, Jolyon shaped for the overhead, and his offside there. Davy was going from left to right and left to right. Anyway, ball's falling back to Germany. They've got a good chance here now. They're into the D. Oh, Billy Dowd's got something on it, onto the German foot. Yep. So that's free to Ireland. Billy will carry Maska Dowie, slips the ball out. Yeah, out she goes, all the way down to the other end. More of a pressure relieving ball, that one. And that's sometimes not a bad tactic when you're under a little bit of pressure in the D and the opposition are gathering pace, building momentum. Just break down the play, send the ball down the other end, and let everybody get reset, get back into your shape. And we've got Peter Chadwick there in the back right fullback position. You see he's got a bandage there on his face, or a sticking plaster of some sort. That's obviously from that stick contact earlier in the game. So he's been patched up. Nice move there from Germany. The forward wasn't quite alive to what was going to happen, and so couldn't get there in time. Tried to collect it on his reverse without success, and the ball's gone out over the back line. Now Germany have got a few players round here. David Wood's gone back, and now it's across the face of goal all the way to the other side. Germany's decided to have a full court press on this one. And that's not a bad tactic, because it's actually created a bit of pressure on Ireland, and it's forced a turnover there on the far sideline. Got a nice little bit of skill there. The headband for Germany seems to be a reasonable player. Oh, here's a shot from Germany. Ball comes in. Yeah, good clearance there away to the side. Looks like he's going to drive one in. No, he hasn't quite got the space to be able to get the shot away. Shapes and shows. And that looked like it got a leg on the way through there, but the umpire's called a 16. Oh, Germany had everyone pushed very high before, and now they've dropped back a wee bit, but they've still got possession there with the knee pads over on the far sideline. Germany having to work hard to lead back to the ball in order to receive the ball in open space. And here's an injection now from one of their fullbacks, but it's only gone as far as Jolyon. Again, he's quite happy to clear out to the side. His Lordship Brown was in evidence over there, but not quite close enough. And there's Henry Brown now, putting pressure on the player. Ball goes drilled back into the D, but didn't make it in. Two Ireland players on top of the 87 there for Germany. So even if he did get the ball, it wasn't really going to go anywhere. It might have popped through and taken a foot on the edge, but as it happens, it's bounced out off the Ireland stick, and it's gone back for a long corner to Germany. Now he's got a player over here on the side, which he's used. He has a look up, plenty of time to drive one in. It's a bit of a bouncing ball. That's the captain there. He's slipped the ball out on a little bit of a tomahawk. Brendan Rice. And now it's back with Jolly and Miles. 122 miles, has a look. But, the umpire said the ball was too far forward, it wasn't on the 16. So Germany tried to pick his pocket there and almost got away with it. Ball comes out through Davy Woods on the left full-back position. But it's just gone straight back into contest and Germany picked it up. So here they are, finally making some progress in the Ireland half. David Williamson there just had the ball flicked around him. Germany are on the back line now into the D. This is looking good for Germany, yep, and they managed to pull out a short corner. And that's actually reasonably good play from them. It's a tactic they haven't used so far, is to actually run the ball along the baseline, go around the fullback and commit the player once you get them in the D. So maybe we'll be seeing a little bit more of that as the game progresses. Now we've got the goalkeeper in there for Ireland, Mad Dog Kiernan. We'll talk more about him in a second. Let's see what he can do. It's a shot, another shot, keeps down to the keeper's pads. No, it's gone between the German player's legs. The umpire called it, yep. And it looks like he's given another short corner there. I thought the German player lost it between his legs. So 1-1-1 there, the Ireland goalkeeper. David Kiernan, so-called Mad Dog. Out comes a ball, hand trap, reverse stick trap, onto the left side, over the top. Oh, it's bounced, the German player's got it on the far side, back across the face. Oh, let's have a look, here it comes. Injection, reverse stick stop. Player looks, shapes, passes it left, slips it through, up and over, right to the other side of the goal. German player nicely gets a stick and it pops it back across the face of the goal. The player right in there, the knee pads. Oh, but it's gone out. And what the German player on the left's indicated, chop, chop, chop with his stick. But I think they had plenty of advantage there to play on with. So there's Mad Dog in the goals. Apparently he used to work in a bank and he used to bark at his customers, of all things. I did ask their coach which bank, and he said Barclays. So yeah, if you work in a bank and you bark at people, then probably Mad Dog is an appropriate name. And his grandchildren referred to him as Mad Grandad. Here's Davy Woods on the ball now. We're doing a bit of a wider shot here so we can see what's happening. Here we go now, finally we've got what we requested. Germany have a nice little spell of possession. Bit of miss skill there, miss trap. Ball out over the sideline. So here's Mick Ryan back on the ball, maybe he can do something with this, try to lift it over the top, but it's only gone as far as the German player, and the ball has been slipped away. Mick Ryan back on the ball again now. David Williamson is there, but he's backing off. Mick Ryan again, seems to want to be involved in pretty well everything. Move the ball all the way to the far side of the German player's stick and over the sideline, so it's on the right hand side now. Slip the ball down the line, finally get some possession in the opposition half, and that's a German free hit with the knee pads for Germany, and now the headband has it. Looks like he's going to drill one long. No, he stops, he's going over the top. The German player made a good lead back there. This guy is about 6.5 feet tall. He's a really big unit. Again, Germany, they're stringing a few passes together now. The second half, their coach must have reorganised them at half time, but it's only as far as Mick Ryan. Looked pretty good tackle there to me. But the umpire saw something. Germany again going over the top, and that really should have been contested a little bit more closely by Ireland, but that's the end Here we have the fourth and final quarter. Germany in possession, does the right thing, passes it back to Ireland. Peter Chadwick there in the full-back position. Away to Mick Ryan in the right half, and then out to Declan Golding. So nice bit of movement. He smashed that one really hard, and David Williamson, the quickest forward goalkeeper in the land, smiles and says, "Good idea, but maybe a little bit towards me. Not quite so fast next time." The ball went through there. The Ireland player wasn't expecting it to make its way past the German player. Back to Peter Chadwick. You can see that sticking plaster on his face, shaped to hit the ball, and gone out over the sideline. He's fallen back now, and left it for Jolyon to take. Nice little bit of skill there, just showed the German player, then slipped it outside of him, come back inside now. Yeah, injected himself into the play to make the extra player there and just disrupt the German thinking a little bit. Now he's had to fall all the way back, but that's okay, plenty of time for him to do so as Germany come out in their traditional style. And yet again Germany have driven the ball into the inside channel, but only as far as the Masked Avenger, Captain My Captain. Shows it out to the right wing, nice ball there for Declan, he's picked that one up, he has a look, manages to slip it through, a bit of an obstruction there. Germany playing the ball along the back line, protecting it nicely with his stick, pulled it back inside, and he's managed to get the free hit there as his lordship dived in. May have been better just waiting to see what the German player did. Their German fullbacks have got to face David Williamson here. He's got a good bit of pace about him, and he certainly looks lively and sprightly, but he's obviously under orders just to let them have it back there and let them try and force it through. There's a big shout going up on the other field. In the background it looks like Spain over there. It could be Belgium, I suppose. Spain's the local side, being the host nation. I see, so out of the field looks like Japan and Spain. Japan have a couple of sides here this time, which is really good. Nice to see other international sides coming from all over the world. There's certainly got quite a few in this competition, the main competition and the tournament trophy. Just lost sight of the ball there for a second. Anyway, it's gone out over the sideline. A German hit by the looks of things. All the way down there, no, back near the halfway.
Das war jedenfalls bekannt an. Dafür wird er nicht bezahlt.
Oh, there's an Ireland foot. Not given, is it? Yes, it is. The umpire did see it right on the edge of the D, so everyone's going to have to be wary of the 5-metre rule here. Everyone's 5, yep, right on the edge, so the people inside the D can't move outside the D until the ball's gone 5. But he's passed that across the side, and it's gone out. You can see the frustration on the German player's faces just here in the dugout. Okay, he's going to drill one in here, but only as far as the Hornet, who picked it up very easily. He slipped it out to the right. Obviously the space is over there because all the Germans are on the side of the field. Mick Ryan just pushed his way through there. Beat one. Catch up with the vision in a minute. Looks like turnover to Germany. Must have been a foot. Here's the headband for Germany. Goes out wide again. Yeah, and with Ireland with a 2-goal lead, they really don't need to do too much at this stage. 2 goals isn't that big of a lead, but Germany haven't shown too much promise apart from a couple of short corners. They're getting the ball into the D on occasion, but it just really doesn't look that confident or that dangerous. Anyway, they are pressing a lot higher up the field and they're attacking a lot better and a little bit better structure. And in this particular case, it looks like they've managed to find themselves a short corner. So if they manage to convert this could actually put them back in the game quite easily, because then the score would be 2-1 and not 2-0. So here comes the injection from the headband, going out to the knee pads there, and the reverse stick trap. Again, slip to the left, tries to flick one in, and he's managed it. Yeah, here we go. So out she comes. An unusual sort of a trap there, very slow out. Slipped it to the left, has a look, and a flick. Oh, and just past the keeper's right glove there. Yeah, and that's a goal to Germany, so that's Germany 1 and Ireland 2. So, just when I'm saying Germany didn't look too dangerous, curse of the commentator, what do? Short corner out of nothing, and bang, the ball's in the back of the net. So 2-1, game on.
Icke.
So, da gehst du raus.
Nein, nicht Icke, heißt der.
Alright, so play resumes. The Hornet didn't really get enough on that ball. Lifted his head as he went to push it through. Mick Ryan slips back inside in his trademark style, pops the ball through, and now Ireland are making headway down the field. The rush there, slides it through once again. But again, the ball's out over the back line, high forwards. The Irish Dutchman and Declan couldn't connect.
Gut gespielt.
And now Germany's running around the outside again, trying to do what they did in the first half. So that's quite worked for them before. But Mad Dog gets a kick on it and clears. So Germany have obviously figured out that that does work. And if you find something that works, well, you want to be using it. Put it back on the field. Especially if the opposition are allowing you to take advantage of the move, why not? There's a free hit right here on the edge of the D. Both sides need to be 5, apart from anybody immediately inside the D. They can be right up to as close as the edge of the D. Then he plays it back and it's gone into contest there. It's back into the little half a shot on goal, or a bit of a push. They tried to drill it back in but didn't get anything on it. There's Declan Golding. Chips the ball through. And it's a good long hit. It's just another one of those pressure relieving hits in this particular case. Goalkeeper lets it run out, and why wouldn't you? Even though there's nobody there for Ireland, he probably could have kept the ball in and just as easily saved themselves 1 or 2 seconds. But however, Germany are walking it back up the field now, and it's gone out over the sideline. So suddenly we have a game in our hands here. We're about halfway through the 4th quarter with Ireland 2 and Germany 1. It's a sideline hit, and if Germany scramble, they could perhaps find themselves a draw, or better, even. I mean, it only takes a few seconds in hockey to score a goal. The ball can move from one end of the field to the other in very quick time. one hit, bang, it's down the other end, and before you know it, can be a deflection into the back of the goal or a short corner. Ireland have really dropped back here, so they're allowing a half-court press, so they're obviously in full defence mode, which means Germany won't have a lot of space for a pass like that. To get one over the top, they had to actually throw it diagonally into the space out wide. They slipped it wide of the Ireland player, and this one's gone over the back line of Jolly and Stick, and so that will be a long corner to Germany. Oh no, it's free hit, so it must have taken the foot on the way through. He's pulling the ball back, just dragged it from his reverse side, and he's drilled one in and across. Picked up there by the green shirt, cleared out to the side. You can hear quite a bit of shouting now from the German bench. Mick's turning his player inside out and drills one down the line. Couldn't find his forward. Declan was there, but he couldn't find him. Germany are certainly enjoying a much better spell in this second half. Whatever their coach said to them during the half-time break definitely worked. You can see their structure is much better. They're getting their passing going stick to stick, and they're actually leading back towards the ball. So they seem to be a lot more composed. That one's tried to drill that one through, tried to force the ball. Ireland picking up the ball, but they're just not quite getting the pass to connect. They're getting one or two passes away, but they can't seem to get 3 and 4. And if they could do that, that would open up the back line of the Germans and maybe create some chances down inside the German 23. But it's not quite getting that far at the present time. Here's Germany again, managed to find their player, and you can see they're right up on the halfway, and Ireland really aren't pressing them. And here's the German player. All the Ireland players are inside the D now, as you can see, which is a very strange tactic. They really need to be having people marking these guys further out in the field, especially, you know, this player for Germany, the knee pads, he's really quite slow. And again, the ball's thrown into the middle of 3 German players. A little bit of into the centre and then back out to the side would work a lot better in these circumstances. And yet again, the German player with a lot of time and space to pick up the ball there and there again. So they're just being allowed to walk the ball all the way up.
Oh, come on.
And you see this guy's up there nearly on the 23 in the Ireland half, and Mad Dog gets a kick away, so that's going to turn into a long corner, and that should never happen. And those guys are getting up there near the Ireland 23. There should be somebody paying them close attention the whole time. But Ireland have dropped right back almost into their own D and seem to be happy to crowd the D, not marking anyone in particular. There you can see the Germans all around the back here. So the guy gets time to pick up the ball and walk it literally into the 23, have a look up and then drive the ball in. In this particular case, he's raised the ball there into his lordship, Henry Brown, and Ireland come away with it, but through no skill on their own part, but just a mistake by the Germans. Illegal carry Masker, Dowie. Out he comes now, the Master Venger. Finally gets on the ball, slips one, shows another one, and then out she goes to the Rash on the right hand side. Here comes the Hornet running through. You can find him, and he does. So the Hornet's in the D now. Pop the ball back. I can't see what's happening here. The ball's just out of shot, and lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, the sucker punch. Goal to Ireland, 3-1. Ireland 3, Germany 1. That looks like it's gone to Declan Golding. Typical sucker punch, that one, where one team gets all of the possession down at the other end of the field, and the team gets completely sucked up. Leaves the fullbacks a little bit exposed, and then you get a couple of quick forwards putting a move on the opposition and finding their way through, and lo and behold, 3-1 Ireland. There's the Hornet now, tries to slip it back, but the German player's got it. He's fallen over and committed an offence in the meantime. Ireland are certainly looking a lot more comfortable now, with only 2 or 3 minutes left, or maybe 4 minutes to go, somewhere there.
Well played, Harold.
Dutchman
Hard
throws
luck.
a stick on, but he's coming in from behind, and the umpire said, no, that's a German ball. Harold says, I got something on it, but the umpire said, you're committed an offence. Now Ireland have pushed their way up the field a lot higher this time, and that should be an Ireland ball, which it is. But the German players picked his pocket here. Mad Dog Kiernan has watched that one go across the back line. Billy Dowie just pops the ball back there to 122 miles, and he's again come out to the right. Peter Chadwick put the ball into a little bit of contest there. Now he's flicked the ball and protected it. Now he's got a good shove in his back for his trouble on the headband. And it was a little bit savage, but the umpire played it on to Germany. Here's Germany now in the knee pads. He's certainly settled into this game a lot more than knee pads, and he's thrown the ball out wide and over the sideline. And as we enter the final stages of the game now, ball comes back out from the back corner. Henry Brown, his lordship, is onto this. He's just bursting down the wing here, but he's unfortunately put it right on 77's stick, and they return the favour, coming back down that right wing again, where they've had some success. He's popped the ball across. Germany's onto it now here. The umpire's found a foot, I think, just on the edge of the D. And here it comes. 77 has a look up. He's right on the edge, so everyone, Billy Dowie there, has to stay 5 metres away until the ball has gone 5. He's trying to run that back line again. The Hornet's onto him. Oh, he's flicked it across. A very nice ball there. And that's umpire's given the free out to Ireland. There's Henry Brown, his lordship, just telling everyone be calm, and that's probably good advice in these dying moments of the game. Ireland in no particular hurry now to take this ball. You can see the German players on the bench here, picking their stuff away, and there's the final score. Ireland 3, Germany 1.